Flosstube. Welcome back. My name is Teresa. This is the Garden Goose Stitcher Flosstube 28, probably. I know it's October. It happens to be Columbus Day. We did school anyway. Sad not to get the mail, but welcome back. It's been a few weeks. I meant to check in last week. However, I had stitched on one thing for 2 weeks. In fact, I stitched on it for more than 2 weeks, and then I thought, I need a break. Personally, I need to take a break from it. So I didn't have much to check in with. I didn't have much haul. I didn't have any finishes. I didn't have anything but one stitching. So that would have been like a 5-minute, hey, look at this. You can probably just find that on Instagram. So I share a lot on Instagram. But I'm getting ready to go to a retreat. And I thought I better check in now because anything pre-retreat will be out when I'm trying to remember all the things I wanted to tell you about the retreat. So since we last spoke, put up a lot more food. A lot of tomatoes, chicken broth. We harvested all of our chickens. Was that before the last time we spoke? I don't remember. Whirlwind. Somebody said something in the comments about how I need to start trying yard sauce. Yes, my friend. That is what I make. I make yard sauce, which is basically just an oven roasted tomato sauce, and then I freeze it in quart bags instead of canning it. And so some people do can it. When I look online, there's big debates about the olive oil content, and I think that it's probably fine, but I have put away 41 quarts of yard sauce so far. So my kind of goal was one per week, like have one per week to get me through till, next August when I'll be able to make more probably. And so I met my goal, I think. I think I'll be fine. I put away a couple dozen jars of canned sauce, made soups. I did a lot of tomatoes went through my kitchen, but I'm waiting for a freeze. Any day now would be great. We just went out and spent this past weekend cleaning up a little bit out there. Planted my garlic. Dave dug up potatoes. We got 2.5 bushels, maybe close to 3. There's like 2.5, and then there's another bushel that all of them got pierced by his pitchfork. So he's an amateur. We're amateurs at potato farming, obviously, but it should be a good amount to put in the basement and use for a few months, so I'm happy about that. So we cleaned up out there. Everything else has been pretty calm around here. So the larder's full, I guess is all I meant to say. The larder is full, and I've been stitching the Queen of the Harvest, and that's how I feel right now. Actually, for a while there, I felt a lot more like the servant of the harvest because I just had so much work to do. But, so I did fully finish one project. I was waiting. Last time I spoke, I had a bunch of finishes. And technically, I had laced the piece up, but then the backer board that I had found at Hobby Lobby, I needed to paint it, and that'll hold me up by weeks any old time. Anytime I have to paint something, I'm probably going to put it off for several weeks because it's my big stumbling block. This is my Halloween rules. I think I finished this last year. I'm pretty sure it came up on my WhipGo, and I found this board. It's like a picket fence. It says something about fall hay rides and football and leaves or something. I don't know. I painted it like a gray. The up here, like the top of the fence panels are black, but it doesn't really show very well. It's like the perfect size for it, really. So I lace finished it. This was on a coffee tea dye. I'm pretty sure 14 count. Now I kind of wish I had done something a little bit higher count, like maybe 16, but it's okay. And I love it. I found all these patterns, I think on a stash unload long ago. And boy, I paid a pretty penny, I think. So anyway, done. So one fully finished object is down. It's going to go live down by the pellet stove. I put the autumn rolls down there, and it really does look nice. We just had to turn on the pellet stove like a couple days ago. It's brisk up here in Michigan. I don't know about where you are. Today it got, this morning when I woke up, I think it was 38. So we needed the pellet stove on this morning. I'm not ready to turn on the furnace though. That feels like a whole new, like a whole nother season, furnace season. We can just do with evening and morning pellet stove, and that's good enough. So one fully finished object. That's it. Are you underwhelmed? Me too. Before we last spoke, or right after we last spoke, I was starting a sale with my friend Missy Timberlake from Two Needles Pulling Thread. We were starting Brenna Gervais' Queen of the Harvest. And when we spoke, I don't think I'd picked my fabric. Isn't that dress amazing? It calls for old money, and I did not have that. And also, a lot of the flosses, this was from 2011 or something, and a lot of the flosses, they don't compute because, like, I had the called for those acorns, and they were like orange, goldy orange, and so I ended up changing quite a few flosses. I went with Dublin Bay Classic Colorworks for the dress instead, and I really, really like it. But I used almost an entire skein. So that was interesting. So this is all this is all I stitched on for like 2.5 weeks. This is it. Listen, she's a beaut, but I'm starting to get bored. Thankfully, Whipco was called, and I pulled out a Whipco to take a break a couple days ago. I started in the bottom left corner with those acorns, worked my way over, and then I started on her dress, which is really what I wanted to do. Missy had said that if she just gets her done, the queen done, then it's a bunch of smaller motifs, and that's totally true, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm working on her hair. So I used Dublin Bay for the dress, and I love the variegation. A lot of times I do not love the variegation of Classic Colorworks because I just don't see it. It's not worth it. I'd rather use Weeks or Coloring Cotton, but with this one I sure do. I did use 2 strands, full strands pulled together, and you sure can see the variegation. Also, the apron is stitched in the called for, which was I think light khaki by Weeks. And it is hardly ever that I think a white variegation is worth it. I cannot see it. I just feel like we all should just be using Blanc because looks the same to me. But this one, holy catfish, I sure can see the variegation in it. I did what Missy did, and I did some Smyrna stitches along the bottom of the apron. She did Smyrnas and other specialty stitches because she's fancy in the dress, and I did not. I just did it in the apron. And then because the Smyrnas, I don't know, I ended up being off a little bit, and I had to fudge it a tad because of that, but it worked out. I'm working on her hair today, and then her crown, and then she will be done, and I will have those smaller motifs, and those do feel much more manageable. This fabric is a 32 count linen, and did you just fall out of your chair? You gotta get back up. Get back up. I'm sorry, I should have warned you. Hold on. This is a 32 count linen. Why do I have this in my stash? Where'd I get it? Why? You know I stitch on Ada. And so I don't know how I acquired this, but I must have got it because it was on sale at Stitches and Things. And these are the tags that she would have in her shop. I'm sure I got this at the retreat. And see how it just says hand-dyed linen. And then I looked up Old Lawn, 32 count Old Lawn, and it says it's Manny, what? Dodana. What? Manny Dodana? Is that a word? I'll put it down here. So it says when I Google Old Lawn 32 count that it was a market release a couple years ago. So I don't know. But the color in this fabric, holy catfish, it is wonderful. But can you believe I'm using, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it perfect for the Queen of the Harvest? Just, can you see those oranges and greens? Beautiful. So, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't get hurt. but I'm stitching on linen, people. and I like it. Someone saw it and asked if I was doing it in hand, and I wonder if they could tell that I do it in hand, because I know that some people have tension problems, but it's not worth it to me to do a hoop. I'd rather have slight tension problems with my linen than just jab and poke and stick, whatever. So I love her. I'm tired of her. I'd like a break from seeing her for a while, but I'm going to finish her hair and her crown tonight, hopefully. Probably. It's Monday night. Are the boys going to be watching football? Probably. They're at hockey practice right now. Probably I need to film on Monday nights if I'm going to film, because Nate has hockey practice, and it's best if there's the least number of people in this house. It'd be nice if they could take a dog or two with them, but that's asking too much. So that's what I've been working on. And then a couple of days ago, I absolutely needed a break. I could not stand to stitch on that for one more second. I love it. I just needed a break. So, like, I'm a monogamous, but, like, also probably, like, I got a 2.2 week limit. And then I'm sick to death of them. So I pulled out one of my Whipcos. Jessie Marie does stuff. She called Whipco. Also, somebody in my comments last time told me that they do Whipco every other year. You're a genius. If you're here today, let me tell you, you're a genius. And I don't know if I commented that, because sometimes I see your comments and I like them, but I'm, doing something and I don't go back and comment, but I mean to. But I'm telling you right now, to the person who said that she does Whipco every other year, you're a genius. Thank you so much. So this was called for my Whipco. It is Little House Needleworks Autumn Band Sampler. I have the 4 from this set. I started this last fall at the Stitches and Things retreat that was in Davison, Michigan. And did you know, if you're on the Stitches and Things alumni Facebook group, she has details about her upcoming retreat, because even though she has closed her shop and retired, she's still going to have a weekend of stitchy fun in a couple of weeks. So not this week, but next week. So, and there's not going to be an annex, obviously, for shopping, but she did say she would have some of her shop samples for sale, and so that's exciting. I don't know if you've ever been to Stitches and Things when it was open, but Deb is an amazing stitcher, and she had so many samples stitch on gauze that I would be sitting there looking at it and I'm like, oh my goodness, why is this like a quarter of the size that I thought it would be? Because it is a quarter of the size as normal people stitch it, because she was stitching on gauze. So she's amazing. Amazing. So anyway, but I think I'm probably going to stop into that. However, retreating 2 weekends in a row is probably like a big no from my husband and my family and my chores and my, laundry. But hopefully I can pop over, because it's just a few minutes away from where I live. So I'll just go over for the day. So anyway, I hope to see you there if you're going to be there. But so I started this last fall. Is that what I meant to say was, I started this last fall at the Stitches and Things retreat, and I got a tiny bit. Like, I think I had the zigzag, the crows, and maybe autumn. And I've been working on this, and it goes so much faster. I love it. I'm pretty sure this is Coffee Tea Dyed by Me. It's either 16 or 18 count, I'm not sure. And I love stitching on this. I don't have any idea why I start the way I start. I know I'm trying to preserve fabric, but I've made myself a problem, and I don't want to talk about it. I will finish it, and I won't complain anymore, and I should learn my lesson. But I do love this, and I'm really excited to start getting the alphabet. I still need to fill in the house, but thought about taking this weekend. Also, my plan had been to take Primrose Cottage, The Witch Next Door, and start that on Friday the 13th. And then I was talking to my friends, and they were talking about starting something Christmassy instead. I was kind of on board for that. I even ordered Snow Village. Hey, listen, have you seen Missy's Snow Village? It is so good. And I've never once wanted to stitch that series ever. Like, it's cute. but it was not for me. And then I saw Missy's finish with like the crocheted snowflakes, and I was like, I want that exact thing in my house. So Megan from Sassy Southern Stitchers, she was like, we were talking on the phone, and she's like, what about Snow Village? Or we were talking about Snow Village. She's like, yeah, let's do that. But now she can't find the pattern, so we might just start any village. I don't know. I don't know what I'm taking. Part of me does not want to take several things and start a bunch of whips, because if you remember, I'm trying to cut down on my whips, and I haven't done that lately. So, also I have a secret, super secret spy project stitching that I can't share at all, but I did start it a little bit, and I framed it out so that when I'm on the plane I can fill it on in. And so I'll have to share with I'll have to share that with you later, because it's a secret. So I don't know what I'm going to take. I only know of one thing I'm going to take for sure. And that takes us to haul. Okay. So I got my couple of my subscriptions. Also, I signed up for the Millennium Fabric Club. Are you in it? Have you ever heard of it? We were talking about it at lunch when we were at the Chantel 141 design retreat. I don't remember who was talking about it, but I looked it up and I like it. And so I signed up for it. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if it's like, if you're actually signing up, because it's through a Facebook group page, and I don't know. But I did get my coloring cotton. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? Never, ever disappoints. I always love my club. This Nutcracker Prince. I hope she has extras. I should probably get a couple more if she has extras. I also got my Be Stitch Me Club. This one is so good. So good. It is called Boneyard, and I can see why. It is super cool. It'll be really great for any Halloween piece. Great for a winter piece, really. Super love it. I love it. So that was exciting. Then I was watching the Sassy Southern Stitchers. Have you watched their Flosstube? You should have watched them by now, because I've told you twice. What are you waiting for? They have 2 Flosstubes. They're only going to record once a month. I vote double that, girls. At least. I miss seeing you. But they were talking about, on their first Flosstube, they ended up shouting out, "Haul, y'all," and I think a catchphrase was created. So, promptly, Karen, what is her name? Hold on. Indie Stitcher _ Karen. She's on Instagram. I met her at a retreat, and Stitcher with the Housewives, the Christmas one. I met her there. And then she was at Stitch Away, and she is just fantastic. And she made the girls these Haul Y'all shirts, and they showed them in their second Flosstube, and I was watching and buying, because Karen has opened up an Etsy shop. She's opened an Etsy shop, and she has stickers and Haul Y'all shirts, and so I totally got one so I could be like my friends. They didn't ask me to. I just did it. Karen also had these really cool stickers in her shop, and you can see the name of her Etsy. I don't know why it bothers y'all so much, but anyway, her shop is called Stitchy Stuff by Karen. You can see Karen is spelled with an I. Aren't these cute? I got these. Oh, also, please don't notice my fingernails. I was out in the garden yesterday pulling weeds. So I ordered those. Hold on, the geese are honking. Just a second. And she sent me this fun little card. It's a greeting card from 1983, the year I was born. And it's got a little pattern for this goose on the back of it. But it's a reading card. Isn't that fun? I thought that was really fun. And she sent me this card. So I will put a link I will put a link to her Etsy shop down below. And I think you should go follow her. Just my opinion. Okay, so a couple months ago, must have been in August, I was watching Tiger Lily, and she was showing one of her big girl projects on that LFA Ada. And I think it looks so good. So good. And so I messaged her on Instagram when she was sharing something, and I asked, how do you find the LFA fabric in stock? Because whenever I watch her Flosstube, I will go to Treehouse Fiber Art. Wait, hold on. Treehouse Fiber Arts, their website, and I'll look, and everything is sold out. And she said, you got to get on her newsletter, which I wish I hadn't just told you that. because I did get on her newsletter, and I'll be darned, I got the newsletter last week. I don't know, maybe the night before. I don't know. Time warp. I don't know. I've been in my kitchen canning. That's all I've been doing. But whenever it was that I received her newsletter email, I went to check her shop 10 hours later, and a ton of it was already sold out. And then by the time I checked out and went to look again to send my friend a link, what I had bought was sold out. I don't know if I bought the last one, but anyway, so she was right. Tiger Lily was right. If you want to get the LFA linen, you got to get on their newsletter. So this is what I got, and I'm really excited. Also, I took them out of the bag so there wouldn't be crinkle, okay? And then, because I got 3 of them. And then I realized that the only way to keep them straight was that packaging they were in. And then I wondered if the bags might have gotten mixed up. So this is what I got, but it could be all the wrong names. So that's a possibility. This one is 18 count Ada Old North Church. Isn't that so good? These must be half yards, yeah? Super pretty. So like every other cut of this was sold out. Because I want to get some more 16 counts. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see the modeling? Heck, yes. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's so beautiful. And it's serged. I just noticed that all the edges are serged. That's very nice. Somebody said that the dyer of this fabric, the LFA linens, that she'd been moving or something, and so now that she's settled, that there might not be such a sold out experience. So I'm hoping. And then this one is 16 count low tide. Super pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I guess I need to be collecting more neutrals. A part of me thinks I should take my Grace Notes fabric subscription and just switch it to the Gently Neutrals, because that's probably what I don't know. I like being brave too, but so this was low tide, perhaps, because once again, I had checked the bags on my counter, and then I realized that, oh my goodness, that's the only place where they were noted. That's the colors. And then the last one I got was Dunes at Dusk. This is an 18 count too. Ooh. Isn't that pretty? Don't you love it? I love it. Very pretty fabric. I'm glad I got some, and Tiger Lily was right. So that was a fun excitement to finally get some, because I do have a couple of Hands Across the Sea on my to-do list, and those would be great neutrals for that. Oh boy, I'm gonna mix up the bags. Okay, other than that, my dear friend is having a big birthday. Not like, it's just like a good new age. A new decade. And we're doing a sale for her. She picked this pattern, Love Always by Annie B's Folk Art. And I bought the pattern, and then I bought the suggested fabric from 123 Stitch. I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see. But I am going to take this because her birthday is this week. I will be with her, and I'll see her face and hug her neck, and then I'm hoping to start her birthday with her, or like there with her. While it was coming to me, I bought this because it's so pretty. The Proper Stitcher Annie. So beautiful. Anyway, because it couldn't travel alone. And then I bought some Twilight. This is the blue I'm using on the house of Feast of Friendship. And I'm getting nervous. I haven't worked on it since we last spoke. Because I feel like I recorded and then the next day or the day after I started the Queen of the Harvest. So, but whenever I last looked at it, I thought, oh boy, what are you gonna do? So I bought 2 more skeins. And I also bought this Sweet Wing Studio Trust in the Lord. Just on a whim. And so that was all my haul. Also, I've been making table things and collecting table mate gifts, and so there's that, but I'm not going to share it because, like, I want it to be a surprise for the people that are at my table. So plans. I don't know. I'm going to take Love Always to start for Tammy's birthday. Probably going to take my band sampler because I like stitching on that. I'm going to take my super secret project so I can fill it in on the airplane. And like a lot of times when I go to retreats, even though I'm dog tired and I go to my room to go to sleep, I still need some time to unwind, replay every dumb thing I said, every way I might have offended somebody. Do you do that? Oh, anyway, so that'll be nice to have fill in that I can do. And then I haven't decided what I'm going to take. Either Snow Village if it gets here on time, or I don't know. I really don't feel like starting 3 new things this weekend is the thing, or 2 new things. So might still take The Witch Next Door, might not. Might take Snow Village, might not. I'm going to take Love Always. Might take the Queen of the Harvest, might be nice. I don't know. We'll see what ends up in my bag. I haven't packed a lick. I haven't packed a single thing at all. And I'm getting a little anxious about it, but it'll be okay. I went to this really fun Zoom a couple weeks ago. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you about that in a second, kind of. So I went to a Zoom a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, with some like really good Flosstubers, like really like famous people. And while I was at this, we have 2 barn cats, and we have a chipmunk problem. And one of the barn cats had chased a chipmunk up the screen door in the living room, and the chipmunk got stuck. Anyway, it was mortifying. I spent much of the Zoom trying to get this stuck chipmunk out from the tippy top of the door. It was like this little tiny crevice, like this big, and this chipmunk was stuck in there, and I could hear it scratching when I was in the Zoom, and it was so embarrassing. And everybody lives in their nice houses. They don't have vermin. And I'm trying to go outside, find in the dark, and save a chipmunk. I replay that a lot too. That was horrible. Anyway, what I was going to tell you was, are you going to sign up for the Jingle Ball? You should do it because it's really fun to Zoom. Even if you have chipmunks problems, even if you have a horrible chipmunk experience, it's really fun to do the Zooms at or whatever the Zoom rooms or tables or whatever at the Jingle Ball. So I'm going to sign up for that. This weekend, I have to sign up for the Jingle Ball while I'm at the retreat. Hopefully I don't forget. And then I also am doing Friend Stitch while I'm at Stitch New England. So I got my box for Friend Stitch. That's what I cannot tell you about. But I opened that sucker right up. And I know it says don't peek, but I did anyway. And I will tell you that when I opened it up, I gasped because I was so impressed. And Nathan was across the room. He didn't see it and anything. There's no hint given in this at all, like literally. But just by my tone, he said, "Is it donuts?" And I said, "What? No. When do we ever get donuts in the mail? That doesn't happen." I guess he just thought it was a nice box, and we get donuts in nice boxes. Apparently, I don't know. But anyway, so I got my Friend Stitch box. And open that up, and it's super good. The Zoom for that retreat is this weekend while I'm at a retreat. So that's interesting. We'll see how that goes. But I am going to sign up for the Jingle Ball. I'm going to do this Friend Stitch while I'm at Stitch New England. I have no idea what I'm packing. It's great. It's going to be great. Okay, also, last time we spoke, 3 weeks ago, I had offered up, I wanted to share, so we would be twinsies, some floss drops that I made. They're like the ones I made for my table mates at the 141 Design Retreat. So I pulled randomly 2 comments for friends, and if you hear your name, please just email me at the gardengoosestitcher. I believe it's the gardengoosestitcher at Gmail. I'll put my actual email address down below in the description box, so you don't have to write it down or try to. You can just copy and paste it. The 2 winners are Cindy Vogel and Kim Vernon 5236. You both are we're gonna be triplets. We all have matching floss drops. So message me with your address and I will mail these out. We'll see. I'm leaving on Thursday, so I go by a post office every Tuesday. So depending on when you message me and when I get this uploaded, that's the kicker. So Cindy and Kim message me. Okay. That was quick and easy because I've only been stitching on one thing, only finished one thing, haven't bought a lot. And so that's it. But I'm sure there'll be lots of fun stories. I'm really excited to see friends and to stitch a lot. And I've never been to New England at all. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I can't think of anything else. So I'll check in with you probably in 2 weeks after the retreat. I'll have lots of stuff to show you, I'm sure. And I hope that you've been doing a lot of stitching and you're doing well. Thank you so much for all of you that have subscribed and that you have liked and commented. And I love your comments, seriously. And I appreciate every single one of you. I'm still completely blown away by all of you that come to watch my mess and me mispronounce Etsy. And did you know that in a couple of weeks it'll be my 1-year Flossiversary? Did you know that? Can't believe it. Oh, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for all of your kindness, and I appreciate every single one of you. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care. Happy stitching, friends. Bye-bye.